Greetings, you are now tuned into Bakotunes Radio.
Hey Matt, this is Dale, are you there? Hey Matt, this is Dale, are you there?
Bakotunes Radio.
Hey Matt, this is Dale, are you there?
Funky friends.
Hey Matt, this is Dale, are you there?
Bakotunes Radio.
Waiting for Dave. I bet you won't even pick up.
Hello,
Is this Dave?
this is Dave.
Just Dave?
Yes, sir.
This is Matt on the Bakotunes Podcast, and I am speaking with Just Dave from Analog In. How you doing, Dave?
Doing good, Matt. A little tired.
Come on, you're on musician hours. Is this about right? 11:05 a.m.?
11 a.m. is pushing it, but that's checkout time at the hotel, so it just is what it is.
So where are you guys at right now?
We are in McKinleyville,
Where is
which
that?
is Humboldt County, probably I'd say about 5 miles north of the Humboldt State University.
And how far from Bakersfield?
Oh man, I don't know. It's funny. People in LA and Bakersfield alike, they call it Northern California, but they think it ends around the Bay Area sometimes, and they forget. And I forget too, unless I get up here. There's a completely different top half of the state here. We're at the really top half of the state on the coast. Gosh, it felt like forever from Bakersfield. That's for sure. Super far.
Right on. Hey, so what do you guys? What's going on? I've known you, Dave, for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And I know that you've had the Just Dave band standing for your name, and you've also played with used to play with Lisa Bowman and the Wild Ones.
Yeah, that was
Is
back
that
when
old
I
school
first
or
moved to Bakersfield. That was, man, that's been a while. We played Lisa's band. Wow, that was 97, 98, and I think we even played the Millennium Celebration.
In '99 with us. Yeah, with Mental Brewery. You guys, we all played together.
That's right.
Right on.
And that was probably right when the band ended, around there.
Yeah. You know what? Before you go any further, let's talk about the history of Dave Bernal and his musical, his musical history and roots in Bakersfield. How many instruments do you play?
Well, I actually only play on stage harmonica, but I started off on trumpet in high school when I was raised in Northern California, and ended up moving to harmonica right around the age of 16 or so. Actually, was always in church choir, always singing. Had vocal lessons in jazz and classical and those kind of things.
But like everybody knows you for the smoking harmonica playing, man. Like that's what
everyone.
When I think of Just Dave, I always think of you up there, man. Just like throwing your hair around, and then you cut it all off. So what do you throw around now? I mean, you don't have to say it. If you can't say it, don't say it. But
Yeah. I guess you have to see the show to see exactly what's being thrown around. But no, just a whole lot of sweat and a whole lot of energy.
Right on. So what are your musical roots in? Is it always been blues and kind of country? I mean, because listening to the new band you're in, it's a combination of a little bit of some of the old stuff that I remember hearing you play, but it kind of goes into kind of a different direction. What would you call your style, the Just Dave style?
Well,
the Dave Bernal style.
The style of harmonica, I guess.
Too many names,
I don't
man.
know.
I don't even know what to call you anymore. Sorry.
No, I mean, I still go by Just Dave. That's the funny thing. They said, you can't change your name. You've been that way forever. No. I'm still the same. I'm just, part of a band. Do you remember who sings for U2? Do you remember who sings for Aerosmith? It's cool.
Of course.
You can still call me by my name. I don't know. I guess my harmonica style is reminiscent of my heroes which actually none of them are harmonica players. My earliest memories are listening to my dad's record collection. He had Santana, he had Tower of Power, he had Big
War.
Brother and the Whole Company, he had War, he had all sorts of things, Buddy Miles and stuff. So I was listening to horn parts and shredding guitar and rhythm. I was really listening to rhythm parts. So when I started picking up harmonica, for some weird reason, the thought about playing in a typical blues fashion never really occurred to me, because I was taking the harmonica and trying to be part of a horn section, or trying to be part of a rhythm section, or trying to be a lead player, as opposed to what people recognize as being what a harmonica is supposed to do.
Kind of adding,
but I would say I'd chalk it up,
adding color to the overall sound of the groove, and
just being and that comes from playing trumpet, from the band. I think part of being an ensemble player, as opposed to being just kind of something that just happens to be there. Although I always decided that when I got a solo, when it was my turn to solo, then I would do as much as I possibly could and say what I needed to say. I've calmed down a bit. I know a little bit more of the difference. Now, when I was playing as a kid, really, I was 20 in Bakersfield when I moved there.
Such a child.
Yes. Oh,
sneaking into bars, playing at Suds.
I was in the house band at Suds, exactly, and that was my philosophy too. People didn't. I mean, I was always a singer. I was like I said, classically trained and jazz trained vocalist. But if I could just get to that stage with that harmonica and say, I'd like to jam with you guys, that was how I'd actually be able to stay at the place. So even though I was too young to get in, I'd try to find that right time where I could just pop right in there, talk to the band before they caught me at the door, and say, hey, I play. How about a little tune?
Right.
If I could get past that one tune, then I could stay in the place. That's what happened at Suds. And that's how I met all the musicians in Bakersfield from that place.
Right on. So let's talk about the present, because I know you got a lot of history, and we can, that could be an entirely other podcast just talking about the history of Dave, and you're not that old, so I mean, even at the age that you are, you've already, you've racked up quite a few miles on the gig circuit and stuff like that. But let's talk about the latest project you're doing, Analog In. Which I think, when I look at the name, Analog In, I'm thinking like it's some electronica band or something like actually not even electronica, because we're talking about analog, but we can go old school analog keyboard style. But let's talk about analog. What's Analog In all about?
Analog In is got different definitions, but it basically is the Just Dave band. We decided after a gig at Fish Lips about 2 years ago that we should stick with the combination that we have, and we can actually make an album. It was suggested that night over quite a few beers, and I won't tell you what time, that we changed the name. Maybe we should think about having a group name as opposed to Just Dave Band. And we didn't really go forward with that. We decided, well, let's wait until the album is out, and we'll think of something. So it took us a long time to figure it out.
Was it the drummer's idea? Were they getting pretty pissed off? Was the drummer getting pissed off? His name wasn't mentioned in there, so forget it.
It's always the drummer, man.
Yeah.
No, it was actually my idea from the very beginning. And at the time, the band's like, nah, people know us, it's okay. And I said, no. If we want to be a group project, let's do this. And so just in the course of 2 years, hold on, sorry. There's a housekeeping, vacuuming going on. Such is the life of having an interview.
You're living out of a suitcase, huh? Suitcase full of dreams?
Suitcase full of dirty clothes. Laundry's not till tomorrow. You gotta wait.
Yeah, oh, man.
But yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, so Analog In is sort of our throwback to the analog style. And part of what we really wanted to do is, I mean, we knew that we were different from a blues band. It's obvious that we knew what blues is all about, and we studied it, and we put it together convincingly, but our mind was heading more towards a progressive sound, more towards an alt-rock sound, more towards even a jam band sound, which is sort of where my Northern California roots come in.
Oh,
but we wanted to sort of have a real cool jam band, which was sort of on a circuit all of its own.
Yeah, you know, one thing I noticed when I was listening to it, I said, I'm listening to the songs and I really dig it, and then I said, there's something that it reminds me of a little bit, just trying to figure out, you know, how could I describe the sound? Of course I could say rock, I could say roots rock, blues rock, whatever that stuff, but, you know, I'm feeling the Steely Dan vibe in there. You know, what do you think of that when I tell you that?
Well, there's certain songs that are definitely reminiscent of Steely Dan, and, you know, we've got a lot of, everyone in the band is essentially an input into the sound and the definition. I think that if you're hearing Steely Dan, you're hearing it because we really took the time. You know, we're big fans of that kind of stuff, Donald Fagen and such. We love the fact that we can create an amazing show on stage, but we also love the fact that we can take an enormous amount of time and make sure that it's right. And Steely Dan was, you know, one of those great bands that made sure everything sounded, everything was defined, everything was produced very well. You weren't bumping things up and slamming it into the microphone. I mean, you're allowing the songs to breathe and have room. I mean, we all have volume knobs on our stereos. We don't need the CD to shove all that music in our face. Nothing worse than turning on a CD and having a mellow time, and all of a sudden just blasting at you.
And you know what? In a few words, how would you have described the studio experience with the band while you were recording the CD? But which, by the way, for the listeners, it's the Analogs in CD is entitled "Measurable Days," and it has a nice picture of a belly button. I assume it's a lady.
Yes, it's the what is it? The torso. There's a pierced belly button, but the main image focus point is the sundial tattoo that she has.
Very avant-garde.
Yeah, I mean there's a song on the album called Waves, and it's sort of the catalyst of where our music's going to start going. The sundial is talking about the future of mankind. It depends on how long we live on this earth, but you know, as we're hearing about petroleum supplies going down and polar ice caps going, melting, water levels rising, weather going chaotic, energy prices rising, all these things.
So you guys are you guys kind of like a band with a message, or are you guys here to just rock and roll and get berserk?
We don't want to be a political band. I've got no problem with everyone talking politics after the show or anything like that, but we don't want to have a political platform. But we do want to have a platform of you know, obviously the spirit of fun, spirit of rock and roll, dancing, having a good time, but also personal responsibility. I know that's not really, doesn't sound as cool as the rest of the stuff, but just sort of a resourcefulness. You know, I mean, what happens when the power goes out and the lights are gone and we can't drive anywhere? Like most of us in this world are not equipped to go out hunting for a rabbit to feed our families or anything like that. But you know, strength as an individual. We don't really believe in the demagoguery or let's all band together and tax this or ban this or anything like that. We don't believe in a lot of that stuff. We believe in an individual being strong, strong-minded,
Excellent.
and able. Yeah.
Right on. Well, you know what? Since we're doing all this talking and people might be wondering, well, you know, I wonder what they sound like. Why don't we kick into a song? If there's one of these, I'm going to let you do the first pick. So we're going to play a couple songs off of Analog In's Measurable Days, and we're going to let the man, Just Dave, the vocalist, leader of the group. Would you say you're obviously the leader of the group? I am safe in saying that, are you?
I'm the guy in front the most.
Well, I don't want to say it because I don't want to piss the drummer off. Okay?
He'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, you can handle him. Okay, well, pick one of these songs. Let's kick into it.
All right. Well, one of my favorite songs as far as being an individual and having sort of a message, I guess, in the individual scheme of things is the first song on the album, which is Decide for Yourself. I mean, it is decidedly alt-rock, and it definitely does have a good feel, but there's a good message there. It's something that is just letting the people know, you know, it's important that no matter what happens, no matter what people say around you, to worry about being yourself, and that's what Decide for Yourself is all about.
Beautiful. Okay, well, let's take a break right now. This is Analog and off their CD, Measurable Days, and this is Decide for Yourself on Bakotunes Podcast right here on Bakotopia.com.
Home, another red light. She's been waiting up all night. I think she'll yell when I roll in. What will everyone say then? Now I'm thinking deeper still. People will talk, you know they will. They'll disapprove, but my life won't end, 'cause I don't live my life for them. Who gives a damn what they think about who you love or what you drink? Who gives a damn what they say? It's your life anyway. Who gives a damn what they do? All these feet can't wear the same shoes. Would you rather be you or somebody else? Don't worry about them, decide for yourself. Oh yeah. As I park beneath the stairs, she's on the phone and on the air, telling her problems to the world about how I'm not a man without this girl. I walk right up to that door, unhook the key, leave it on the floor. Decide that I'm not going back until I change my ways, but what's the chance of that? Who gives a damn what they think about who you love or what you drink? Who gives a damn what they say? It's your life anyway. Who gives a damn what they do? All these feet can't wear the same shoes. Would you rather be you or somebody else? Don't worry about them, decide for yourself. I don't see your hatred can consume us if we're all headstrong. Must not be, 'cause that's a judgment's a full-time job now. And the day is not that long. You all know right from wrong, so you don't really need this song. People will talk, that's what they do. Just don't let them decide for you. Yeah. Who gives a damn what they think about who you love or what you drink? Who gives a damn what they say? It's your life anyway. Who gives a damn what they do? All these feet can't wear the same shoes. Who gives a damn? Who gives a damn what they think about them? Who you love or what you drink? Who gives a damn what they say? They're not living your life anyway. What they do? All these feet can't wear the same shoes. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. What they say, what they mean, what they feel, what they want. They can't understand me, it's somebody else.
Are you still with me, Dave?
Yes, I am. I was able to wait that long break.
Well, it's magic, man. It's the magic of digital. Since we're talking about analog and digital, we're in the digital age now, so we can, it's not no smoke and mirrors.
Just because my name, the band name is Analog In, doesn't mean we don't understand the beauty of digital.
Beauty. So we've already talked about some of the music and all that stuff, but tell me about life on the road. I mean, you've done quite a few tours with some of the different bands that you perform with. What's the difference between this tour so far? Because you guys just kind of barely kicked into it, as opposed to some of the other tours.
This is.
Give me some crazy stories. You don't have to. You don't have to be safe with it. Just give me all the dirt.
You said beyond everything. Okay, yeah. Well, there was this one night when out of anything that I've done, as far as with any band, this is by far the most gratifying. It's an amazing feeling that you get on the phone and you hear no, and then all of a sudden you hear a bunch of yeses, and something starts to happen. Not every show has been wild and crazy, although we've had a couple really good ones. We played at Earth Day Festival in Tahoe, and the moment we started, it started raining, and it was outdoors. And I just, as soon as I saw everyone just kind of flip out and start to pack up, I said, no, you're all staying. We're dancing in the rain. If you don't want to get wet, there's room in front of the tent. Let's go. Let's dance. Mm-hmm. And it just turned into just a giant jam band parking lot rain dance. It was great. And then that night, we jammed with a sort of a freestyle rapper who came in and worked out with the band, and he started helping us sell CDs by freestyle rapping about the CD and collecting money. And I guess some guy gave him $5. He says, "Oh no, dog, that ain't right." And I know it. I don't even think he got to the rhyme fight, but it turned out to be just a big brawl right in front of the stage. And
what'd you do? Just keep playing?
Passion of the music.
And you just kept playing? Let him fight.
Oh, well, we didn't drop a beat. No, not at all. I mean, we pulled it back a little bit. I just, I'm a lead singer. If I start a fight, then my whole band is involved, and the next thing you know, we got to stop at a music store and buy new drums or something. So we can't do that. We gotta behave. We gotta be good guys. But at least
always gotta be good guys.
Always have to. Number one. Spirit of peace. Peace out. It was just some of the most amazing things that I've seen have been on this road trip. And I'm serious. We went through to a place in Garberville, and it's okay if you don't know about it. It's way out in the mountains of Humboldt. There's a massage institute where you have to drive down a mountainous road in the fog. We drove 18 miles, took us about an hour and a half. Jeez. Through trails and dirt and all sorts of things. And nothing but, basically right in the heart of Humboldt. I mean, we're driving through plantations with no trespassing signs, cows, turkeys guarding the entrances of these giant Humboldt plantations. I'll say no more.
I know what goes on in Humboldt. That's where there's the reason why, man. You know what goes on behind those no trespassing signs.
Yeah, of course.
I would say it's specialized gardening. But hey, so when are you guys coming over here to Bakersfield? I know you guys, let me see. I do know you guys are doing your CD release party right here at Fish Lips in downtown Bakersfield on Saturday, May the 6th. You guys excited about that? What does Bakersfield mean to you, man, when you be booking all your tours
exciting.
And stuff?
I mean, I've been living multiple towns, and I truly found my heart when I moved to Bakersfield, and that sounds lame sometimes when I repeat it to some girls late night at a bar. But
it's a musician geek thing that I'll understand, but not everybody.
Yeah, you got to understand it. I mean, when you move here and you see the talent pool and the feeling and the response of people, I mean, it's just one of the last real towns out there. People that live in Bakersfield should be really proud of that. It's a real cool place to be. Our band. Well, I mean, I started there with multiple bands, and my 21st birthday was spent in Bakersfield creating a band called the Just Dave 5. Mm-hmm. And from there, I've been, doing my little here and there's, but, I mean, I've never stopped coming to Bakersfield and playing in Bakersfield for Bakersfield. I mean, we're all about it. It's truly an important town in this band's journey.
Kip and Shauna taking care of you over there when you come and visit?
Kip is an amazing guy. Shauna is a dear, man. Everybody there is, we consider to be among our best friends as far as this band is concerned. We have played since we've been the Just a Band, and now that we're Analog In, we have really, that is the place. If you hear about us coming into town, that is the place that we're playing. It's an awesome place for live music. He's been supportive of it through and through. It's a place for so many musicians to come and get together and play. The talent pool is amazing. But it's just a feeling. You go through all these places and you really know the difference of who really cares about live music, who really supports it. And that's what Fish Lips is. That's why we're doing the release party there. We want to just kind of bring it home and be where we feel comfortable and where our fans feel comfortable too, and that's Fish Lips.
Excellent.
On the 6th.
Excellent. Yes. Analog In City release party at Fish Lips, 15, 17, 18th Street in downtown Bakersfield on Saturday, May the 6th. The show starts at 9 p.m. Is it just going to be just Dave, or are you bringing some other friends along, or is it just going to be you guys all night?
It should be us all night. We may try to get some people to open for us so we can look like rock stars, but we're never really been.
You are rock stars. You're rock stars in my eyes, Dave.
Well, thanks. That's adorable.
You guys got tons of fans, and Bakersfield is definitely look forward to that. It's always good to know that we got some talent, and maybe you guys are from out of town, but you guys always come here to show Bakersfield a lot of love, and you guys got some new recordings. I'm looking at you're definitely the songwriter in this situation, and I'm going to play a song that was written all by you, and this is one of my personal favorites called "Put the Gun Down." And I was listening to the song. I dug it already. I dug the song, but then I was looking at the lyrics. I was like, oh yeah, Dave, does this come from personal experience?
I would say the temptation to cheat has come from personal experience quite a few times. I won't go into further details. I don't know how far the podcast reaches, but I would say that what I do when I write a song is I come up with an idea that is sort of a reality. It is getting caught cheating with a gun to your head, and I may have had a metaphorical gun to my head.
Yikes.
But this verse actually, this song wrote itself. There's actually 17 verses of this song that we had to narrow down along the way, because I just kept going. Put the Gun Down has always been a favorite of people.
Right on.
And we just, we don't plan on quitting. We're going to make sure that this song keeps playing part of our repertoire.
All right, so listeners, when you get over, then you hear "Put the Gun Down," you got to sing the chorus, which is "Baby, put the gun down, girl, I want another shot with you," and sing it along with Dave. Hey, Dave, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you guys are on the road and you're very sleepy. Where are you guys on to next?
Tonight we play Medford, Oregon. Wow. With Johnny B's, and then we head back down the 5. We play tomorrow night, Dunsmuir, California, by Mount Shasta, and then we start wandering home. And we're going to be so hot by the time we play Bakersfield on May 6th. Like we're gonna be so tight, man.
That's going to be awesome, man. Well, I'm going to be definitely putting the word out on Bakotopia.com, and hey, if you want to hear some more music by Analog In and Dave and all his other bands, you can find them on Bakotopia.com. Just punch in Analog In, or you can find them on MySpace. You can find them analoginmusic.com. And yeah, thanks a lot, bro. Be safe on the road, and we will see you here for the CD release party at Fish Lips on May 6, 2006. Don't forget, people. And this is let's play "Put the Gun Down." This is just Dave and Analog In on the Bakotunes Podcast, Bakotopia.com.
Hey, this is just Dave from Analog In, and you're listening to the Bakotunes Podcast on Bakotopia.com.
Sneaking on home, I'm from where I know I shouldn't be. Sneaking on home, I'm from where I know I shouldn't be. Yeah. Baby, put the gun down. 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 Girl, I want another shot with you. Not that kind of shot. Others, baby, now I see the light. Girl, I thought I wanted others, baby, now I see the light, yeah. And I'm yours if you want me, baby, if I can just make it through tonight. Now hold on, girl, you know I messed up once, maybe twice, maybe 3 or 7 times. Girl, you know I messed up once, maybe twice, maybe 3 or 7 times. But I don't need a hold of my head, baby, to pay for my crimes, no. Baby, put the gun down. 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 Girl, I want another shot with you. Come on, Gary, take a shot. What am I supposed to do? Alright, you got me in the act, babe. Now what am I supposed to do? You better watch where you're aiming, baby, cause I might never be of any use to you. A little higher, baby, put the gun down. 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 Girl, I want another shot with you. I'm gonna take a shot now. Another woman like I need another hole in my head, yeah. And I'm all done with cheating, man. My mind be good if I'm dead. Got to do a little begging, baby, put the gun down. 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 Girl, I want another shot, want another shot, want another. Hey, baby, put the gun down. Baby, put the gun down. Yeah. Baby, put the gun down. Baby, put the gun down. Yeah. Baby, put the gun down. Girl, I want another shot with you.
Don't forget to tune in next week for another exciting episode of Bakotunes Radio, brought to you by Bakotopia.com. Peace.
Now go away or I shall taunt you a second time.
Bakotunes Radio.